The hugging judge. Don't bug me, hug me. That's what the bumper sticker on his car says. Lee Shapiro is a retired judge, but he's not like most judges you'd imagine. He's known as the hugging judge. Years ago, Lee realized something simple yet powerful. Love is the greatest force in the world. So he decided to start sharing it, one hug at a time. He began offering hugs to everyone he met, friends, strangers, colleagues, everyone. To spread even more love, he created what he calls his hugger kit. On the outside, it says a heart for a hug. Inside are 30 tiny red hearts with sticky bags. Whenever Lee meets someone new, he offers them a heart in exchange for a hug. Soon, his message of unconditional love spread everywhere. He was invited to speak at conferences across the country, reminding people that kindness still matters. At one event in San Francisco, the local news challenged him. They said, "Sure, it's easy to hand out hugs at a conference, but it wouldn't work in the real world." Lee smiled and said, "Let's find out." So, with a TV crew following him, he walked onto the streets of San Francisco. The first person he met was a woman passing by. "Hi, I'm Lee Shapiro, the hugging judge. I'm giving out these hearts in exchange for a hug." She smiled and said, "Sure." The reporter wasn't impressed. "Too easy," he said. Then Lee spotted a meter maid being yelled at by a driver getting a ticket. He walked up and said, "You look like you could use a hug. I'm the hugging judge. Can I offer you one?" She paused and accepted. The reporter smirked again. "All right, let's see you hug that bus driver over there. They're the grumpiest people in town." Lee walked up as the bus stopped, looked the driver in the eye and said, "Hi, I'm Lee Shapiro. I know this is a stressful job, so today I'm giving you a hug to make things a little lighter. Would you like one?" The 6'2", 230-pound bus driver stepped down and said, "Why not?" Lee hugged him, handed him a little red heart, and waved goodbye as the bus pulled away. The camera crew stood silent. Finally, the reporter whispered, "I have to admit, I'm impressed." But Lee's biggest lesson in love came a little later. One day, his friend Nancy Johnston, a professional clown, showed up at his doorstep in full costume and makeup. "Lee," she said, "let's visit the home for the disabled." When they arrived, Nancy and Lee began handing out balloon hats, red hearts, and hugs. At first, Lee was uncomfortable. He had never hugged people who were terminally ill or severely disabled. But as they went from room to room, something inside them changed. Smiles grew, laughter spread. Even the doctors and nurses started following them, wearing balloon hats and hearts. After hours of visiting, they reached the last ward, the hardest one of all. 34 patients, the most severe cases Lee had ever seen. The atmosphere was heavy, silent, heartbreaking. Still, they kept going, sharing what they came to share: love. Finally, Lee came to the last patient. His name was Leonard. Leonard wore a big white bib and drooled constantly. Lee hesitated. "Let's go, Nancy. We can't reach this one." But Nancy looked at him and said softly, "Come on, Lee. He's human too." She placed a funny balloon hat on Leonard's head. Lee gently pressed a red heart onto his bib, took a deep breath and hugged him. And then something incredible happened. Leonard began to squeal. He. Other patients started clanging things together. Lee turned around confused and saw every doctor and nurse in the room crying. He asked the head nurse, "What's happening?" Through tears, she said, "This is the first time in 23 years we've ever seen Leonard smile." And at that moment, Lee Shapiro, the hugging judge, realized something that would stay with him forever. Sometimes it doesn't take wealth, power, or fame to change a life. Sometimes it just takes one simple act of love.